All right, so today we're going to try something new. We are going to build a pizza strictly made out of the ingredients at Safeway that they advertise. So we've got the Safeway pizza dough. I've let it warm up a little bit. We've got Safeway pizza sauce, signature cafe. With the pizza stuff, they had the shredded blend of Primo pizza cheese blend. We'll see what that is. It looks like it's mostly mozzarella, fontina cheese, pretty much. It is part skim milk. And then we have the Primo pepperoni. So these are the exact items that they had there. You can also get boar's head, which is at Safeway as well. The only thing I'm going to be adding at all to this recipe is my own flour to flour the surface. So everything else is just purely Safeway. So with that said, let's get started. All right, so I already have my pizza oven warming up. So I'm going to open up this package. This has been coming up to room temperature for a few minutes, or 30 minutes or so. So we're just going to tear this open. Take it nice and easy. Hold up. Slow down, Ivan. Put a little flour on the surface first to make working the dough a little bit easier. There we go. Now let's take out this dough. It is quite sticky. I bought this stuff yesterday, so it should be relatively fresh as far as Safeway stuff goes. All right. There's our dough. How big is this? This dough ball is 1 pound, so 16 ounces. So that should make a 14 to 16 inch pie. So that's what we will shoot for. It's very soft. Feels like it's the perfect temperature. A little extra bubbleage here. Okay, let's see how this goes. See if I can stretch this out actually into something round. The idea behind this is to see if we can just make something that makes for a nice, easy, quick dinner. If I remember when I was younger, my parents used to make those boboli pizzas, and I used to love pizza night with boboli. It was awesome back in the day. So we'll see how this goes. We cheated a little bit, but we got there. Okay. Good enough for me. All right, so I'm also gonna put a little bit of flour on the pizza peel here, just to make it so, again, things slide on and off really easily. All right, first thing, sauce. I'm just gonna take a little spoonful here. We'll do 2 spoonfuls actually. I already tried the sauce. Full disclosure, it was very good. It's a little bit on the sweet side for me, but overall, it was pretty good. Okay. Make sure we're nice and evenly distributed. Cool, sauce done. Next up, cheese. Again, I haven't even opened these yet. This is 12 ounces of cheese for this pizza. I'll probably do about a quarter of this. Oh, it smells good. Maybe a third, maybe a little bit more, we'll see. We'll do what feels right. I definitely smell some like drier cheeses in here, so I think it'll look really interesting when it comes out of the oven. Okay, that's done. And then pepperoni. Whew. There we go. So there's not that much pepperoni in here, but I always like to try to fill the pizza as much as I can. The pepperoni just tends to shrink. So let's see here if we can get one more around here. There we go. Again, I'm just filling it up. Doesn't leave much for the second pizza, but that's okay. So there's one pizza. Wash my hands. All right, next up, I'm gonna put it in the oven, see how it does. Well, let's transfer it. See if I can do this all right. This is where the pizza stretches into its final form. Oh yeah, did not pull that fast enough. So we went from beautiful to crazy looking. That's okay. All right, let's put it in the oven, see how it goes. Okay, I was a dummy and I thought the oven was running, but apparently it wasn't. So now it's preheating. It's going pretty quick, as you can tell. I'm a little concerned because the stone isn't going to be too warm, too hot compared to the rest of the oven. But we're going to give it a shot anyways, because otherwise we risk losing the pizza on the peel. So I'm going to wait for it to get to 600, and then I'm going to drop the pizza in there and see how it does. 600, all right. Okay, give this a little shake. Come on. Oh, that's not a good sign. Okay, we'll see. Come on. Yep, it's stuck. God damn it. Obviously gonna need a little bit of help. This. Oh. Let's see if we can save some of it. Here comes the worst pizza I've ever made. Put this back on there. Yeah, looks like a little heart. All right, let's let this cook for a second. Okay, are we there yet? I think we're finally done. Well, that was a catastrophe, but that's okay. 'Tis the life of making pizza. All right, we're gonna try that again, since that one was a epic failure. we're gonna give this another shot. This time I'm gonna use a little bit more flour because the dough is quite hard to work with because it's so wet compared to what I'm used to making. So we're gonna flip this out. And I'm gonna add a little bit of flour to it along the way, just to kind of make it a little bit easier to launch. All right, let's try this again. No mistakes this time. All right. In we go. Oh yeah, way better that time. Close it up. Give it a couple minutes. Oh, the wind blew out the flame. That's great. Yep. The wind blew out the flame. Good thing we're done. All right. Oh yeah, it's much better than the last one. Cool. Let's bring it inside. See what it looks like. All right, we're gonna try something a little new today. Today I'm going to do my post pizza making review right here in front of the computer. I'm going to show you a little bit about the ingredients that I used. Again, this was a Safeway based pizza. I only use Safeway ingredients. And I'm going to walk through some of those ingredients for you right now and then let you know how I felt about each one. So the first one here is our Signature Cafe pizza sauce. It's just their, Signature Select, whatever their brand is at Safeway. Their fire roasted pizza sauce. This was actually pretty good. I actually like the sauce a lot. I've used it once before. It's a little bit sweet, but overall pretty good. You can tell that it's made with pretty good ingredients. Fire roasted tomatoes, as usual. Tomato paste, which I also put in my own. Onions. I don't use onions typically, but I use like an onion powder typically. Olive oil, of course. Balsamic vinegar. Interesting. Sugar. Garlic. Dextrose, of course. Salt, spices, whatever that means, Italian seasoning. And you can actually see that in the sauce, which is pretty cool. Xanthan gum, gross. Natural basil flavor with other natural flavors. They couldn't just say basil. They didn't put basil in it. I guess they did right here. And natamycin. Okay, so has a lot of preservatives. It tastes pretty good, though, I have to say. It's unfortunate, though. Like, when you make your own sauce, it's literally going to be the tomatoes, tomato paste in my case, and then a couple of the other ingredients that are really great. So, like, garlic, onion, olive oil, a little bit of sugar sometimes, and some Italian seasoning spices, things like that, salt, all that good stuff. So, you don't get any of the xanthan gum. You don't get any of the dextrose, natamycin, any preservatives or anything like that. So, from that perspective, it's not as good, but it does taste pretty good. Calories, it's tomato sauce. It's not that crazy from a calorie content perspective. The cheese I used is the Primo Taglio Pizza Blend cheese. I was curious what was in here very specifically. And so we had the mozzarella cheese, which is based on part skim milk, cheese cultures, salt enzymes. That's just how you make cheese, I guess. Fontina cheese, Asiago cheese, and Gruyere cheese. Interesting. Some other stuff. So, and then powdered cellulose. Of course, that cellulose is to prevent it from sticking together. I actually like the cheese blend a lot too. It was pretty tasty. Again, shredding it yourself makes it usually a little bit better. It melts at a different temperature, and it cooks a little bit differently. It makes it less like gooey when it comes out. Preventing the caking, it's a natural thing that you have to do whenever you package cheese. It's already grated itself, and so just do it yourself if you can. But this is a really cool blend if you want to do something quick. The pizza dough. Pizza dough, I was not a fan of. It was a little sweet tasting, which is interesting. There is sugar in the ingredients. Only 1 gram of sugar per serving. There's 2 of them though, so it's 2 ounces is a serving, and there's 8 servings. That is really deceptive. I guess 8 slices for pizza. So that's 8 grams of sugar. That's actually a bit much. I don't put much, if any, sugar at all in my dough, so that seems like quite a bit. But yeah, they just used wheat flour with malted barley flour, niacin, reduced iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid, water, soybean oil. Yeah, so, I mean, literally when I make my dough, it's flour, oil, olive oil only, and salt. That's it. 3 ingredients. In this case, we have a ton. So I didn't really care for the dough, to be honest. It was very soft and gooey compared to like what I'm used to handling. It cooked at a weird rate. It did not cook fully through like I was hoping. So I don't necessarily recommend the dough from Safeway. Again, this is just the typical signature cafe dough that they have there. I will say, oh, I just closed it. I will say that I have used the Trader Joe's dough a few times, and that one's much better. And then finally, the pepperoni. Pepperoni I had no problems with. It cooked really nicely. There were bigger slices. They were very thin, which was nice. You don't get any cupping with them because they are pretty large otherwise. And this looks like your basic stuff that's in pepperoni. Pork, sea salt, pepperoni seasoning, brown mustard, spices, sunflower oil, all the stuff that's in, pepperoni stuff. Sugar, spices, natural flavoring, paprika, lactic acid, starter culture. So pretty much your typical pepperoni just sliced up. Yeah, and overall it's pretty good. So I will say that I really actually enjoyed the flavor of the pizza overall. I really do think that's mostly to do with the fact that the pizza sauce was actually pretty good. The cheese tasted great. And that was really it. And the pepperoni was fine. The pizza dough just wasn't that great. I really had trouble getting the first pizza in there, if I'm honest. Just because of how soft the dough was. I didn't use enough flour to prep everything. Second pizza came out fine. Again, even cooking for about 6 minutes at 700 degrees, didn't come out fully cooked the way I would like. It was still a little chewy, which was weird. So again, I wasn't a fan of the dough. Needless to say, it's worth putting in the time to make your own dough. The dough balls were not cheap. I think they were like $3 each. So $3 for that pizza. Plus, you got $5.99 for one of these packs of pepperoni. That only went to 2 pizzas. So let's say $3 for that pizza. So that's $6 for a pizza. Plus a third of this. So what's that? 8 divided by 3 is about $2.6. So that's, $8.50, give or take, for that pizza. Plus some of the sauce, which is only $4.50, and I only use a very tiny bit. So let's say $9 for a pizza. That's not expensive for a pizza, but it's also not cheap. So I don't know. Yes, you could make the pizza cheaper. It would taste better. You'd have fewer preservatives. But at the end of the day, this is just a really convenient way to make pizza at the end of the day. So with all that said, thanks for watching, as usual. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next one. Thanks.